Dangerous people do not announce their danger. They do not posture. They do not threaten. They do not need to. I am Niccolo Machiavelli. 500 years ago, I observed the truly dangerous men of Renaissance Italy. Princes who commanded armies, assassins who ended dynasties, strategists who toppled kingdoms. And I noticed something remarkable. The most dangerous were often the quietest, the calmest, the least obviously threatening. While lesser men puffed their chests and made noise, truly dangerous men sat in silence, and everyone in the room felt it. That subtle unease, that instinctive wariness, that primitive recognition that this person could destroy you if they chose to. This is not about physical intimidation. This is not about violence or aggression. This is about projecting an aura of consequence, a sense that crossing this person would be unwise, that underestimating them would be costly. Today, you walk through the world and people dismiss you. They interrupt you. They disrespect you. They treat you as inconsequential because you do not register as dangerous to them. This is not necessarily about you being weak. It is about you not projecting the subtle signals that make people instinctively cautious. But there is a mindset, a way of being, that makes you appear dangerous without trying, without posturing, without aggression, simply through how you think, how you carry yourself, and how you engage with the world. This mindset makes people hesitate before crossing you, makes them think twice before disrespecting you, makes them instinctively cautious in your presence. Not because you threaten them, but because something in their primitive brain recognizes this person is not to be trifled with. Today, I will teach you this mindset. Not so you can intimidate innocence, but so you can walk through the world with the natural authority that prevents exploitation, commands respect, and makes predators seek easier prey. Some of you resist this already. I do not want to seem dangerous, you think. I want to be liked. Here is the truth. Being liked without being respected is worthless. People will use you, discard you, and forget you. But being respected, even feared slightly, gives you space, safety, authority. The dangerous mindset is not about being cruel. It is about being formidable, about possessing the capacity for consequence, about making it clear through your presence that you are not someone to be taken lightly. Are you ready to develop the mindset that makes you dangerous without trying? Then let us begin. The first element of the dangerous mindset is outcome independence, and it is the foundation of everything else. Dangerous people do not need things to go their way. They do not become desperate when things do not work out. They do not attach their identity to outcomes. This creates an aura of power because it removes leverage. You cannot threaten someone who is not attached to outcomes. You cannot manipulate someone who does not need things from you. You cannot control someone who is willing to walk away from anything. The psychology, most people are desperate. They need the job. They need the relationship. They need the approval. They need the deal to go through. This desperation is visible, not always consciously, but people sense it. And that desperation signals weakness, exploitability, someone who can be pressured, manipulated, controlled. Outcome-independent people are different. They want things, but they do not need them. They prefer success, but they can accept failure. They pursue goals, but they are not desperate for any specific outcome. This removes the invisible strings that others use to control most people. How this looks. In negotiation, the outcome-independent person can walk away. They do not posture about walking away. They simply can do it. This gives them enormous power because the other party senses they are negotiating with someone who has options. In relationships, they do not cling. They do not become anxious about losing someone. They value the relationship, but their identity and well-being are not dependent on it. This makes them more attractive because humans are drawn to those who do not need them desperately. In social situations, they do not seek approval. They do not adjust themselves to be liked. They remain themselves and let others accept or reject that. This confidence is magnetic. In conflict, they are not afraid of consequences, not because they want conflict, but because they have accepted that sometimes conflict is necessary. They will not sacrifice their interests to avoid discomfort. The dangerous implication: when people sense you are outcome independent, they recognize This person cannot be controlled through threats or promises. This person will do what they think is right, regardless of consequences. This is dangerous, not because you are aggressive, but because you are unmovable. Consequences do not deter you. Social pressure does not sway you. Disapproval does not break you. I watched this in Italian courts constantly. The princes who clung desperately to power were the ones who lost it. They could be manipulated through their fear of loss. Their desperation made them controllable. But the princes who ruled with outcome independence, who seemed almost indifferent to whether they kept power, were the most secure, because their lack of desperate attachment paradoxically made them harder to remove, developing outcome independence. This is not natural. Humans evolved to care desperately about outcomes, about acceptance, about success, about survival. But you can train yourself toward outcome independence through these practices. 1. Regularly expose yourself to rejection and failure. Ask for things expecting to be told no. Take risks where failure is likely. This desensitizes you to negative outcomes. 2. Develop multiple options in every area of life. Never be dependent on one job, one relationship, one source of income, one friend group. Options create genuine outcome independence. 3. Practice worst-case thinking. For any situation, imagine the worst outcome. Accept it mentally. Realize you could survive it. This removes fear of outcomes. 4. Detach your identity from achievements. You are not your success. You are not your relationships. You are not your social status. These are things you have or do, not things you are. 5. Build internal validation. Stop seeking approval from external sources. Develop your own standards and live by them regardless of others' opinions. The transformation. As you develop outcome independence, people sense it. They feel something different about you. You become harder to read, harder to manipulate, harder to dismiss. You carry yourself differently because you genuinely do not need things desperately. This shows in micro-expressions, body language, tone of voice, all unconscious, all powerful. And people respond with instinctive respect, because outcome independence signals danger. It signals someone who cannot be controlled, someone who will act according to their own judgment regardless of social pressure. This is the foundation of appearing dangerous. Everything else builds on this. The second element of the dangerous mindset is strategic silence. Dangerous people speak rarely, briefly, and with purpose. Silence creates multiple effects simultaneously. It makes others uncomfortable, forcing them to fill the void and reveal themselves. It makes your words more impactful when you do speak. It prevents you from saying things you will regret. And it creates an aura of mystery and depth. The power of saying less. Most people cannot tolerate silence. They fill every gap in conversation. They explain themselves constantly. They offer their thoughts on everything. They react immediately to everything said to them. This verbal excess reduces their power. They become predictable. They reveal too much. They give others ammunition to use against them. Dangerous people are different. They listen far more than they speak. They allow silence to extend. They do not rush to fill conversational gaps. They respond slowly and minimally. This creates psychological pressure on others. Silence is uncomfortable. Most people will talk more, explain more, reveal more, just to end the silence. Meanwhile, the silent person learns everything while revealing nothing. How this manifests? In conversation. While others compete to speak, the dangerous person listens. They ask brief questions, they make minimal statements, they observe patterns in what others say. They collect information asymmetrically. In conflict, when attacked verbally, most people immediately defend, explain, counterattack. The dangerous person pauses, looks calmly at the attacker, says nothing, or says very little. Interesting. Then continues silence. This unnerves attackers. They expected reaction. They prepared for your defense. Your silence throws them off. They often escalate, making themselves look worse, while you remain composed. In negotiation, the dangerous person states their position once, clearly, then stops talking. They do not justify. They do not explain repeatedly. They do not fill silence with nervous chatter. This puts pressure on the other party to move first, to make concessions, to negotiate against themselves. The dangerous message: Strategic silence communicates several things simultaneously. I am comfortable with discomfort. Silence does not unsettle me. I am not desperate for your approval or engagement. I am thinking, calculating, observing. I will speak when I have something worth saying, not before. Your attempts to provoke reaction from me will fail. All of this makes you seem dangerous because silence signals control, self-possession, lack of desperation, psychological strength. I watched the most dangerous advisors in Renaissance courts. They rarely spoke in council meetings, but when they did speak, everyone listened, because their words were rare and therefore valuable. Meanwhile, the advisors who spoke constantly, who offered opinions on everything, who could not tolerate silence, were dismissed. Their words had no weight because they were too abundant. Practical implementation. 1. In conversations, practice saying half as much as you normally would. Let others talk, ask questions, listen actively, but speak minimally. 2. When someone asks your opinion, pause before answering. 3 seconds minimum. Let them sit in the silence. Then give a brief response. 3. When criticized or attacked, resist the immediate urge to defend. Pause. Look at them calmly. Either say nothing or say something minimal like I see or noted. Then stop talking. 4. Stop explaining yourself. State things once clearly. If people do not understand, that is their problem, not yours. Repeated explanation signals insecurity. 5. In negotiations or disagreements, state your position once, then become silent. Do not fill silence with justifications. Make the other party respond to your silence. The transformation. As you develop strategic silence, people sense you are different. They cannot read you as easily. They cannot predict you. They cannot control you through social pressure. Your presence becomes heavier, more significant. People pay more attention when you do speak because your words are rare. And there is something unsettling about someone who is comfortable with silence. It signals they are not desperate for connection, not anxious about approval, not controlled by social conventions. This creates the subtle aura of danger, not because you are threatening, but because you are unknowable, and the unknown is always slightly threatening to the primitive brain. The third element is controlled intensity. Dangerous people operate with calm exterior, but intense focus beneath. They are not loud or aggressive, but there is something in their eyes, their posture, their energy that suggests capability. The duality, on the surface, calm, measured, controlled, not reactive, not emotional, composed. Beneath the surface, intense, focused, aware, capable, prepared to act decisively if necessary. This combination is what creates the dangerous aura. People sense the intensity beneath the calm. They feel the potential for decisive action contained by control. This is far more intimidating than obvious aggression, because aggression is predictable and often impotent. But controlled intensity is unpredictable and suggests real capability. The physical manifestation, eye contact. Dangerous people hold eye contact slightly longer than comfortable, not aggressively staring, just not looking away first. Their gaze is steady, focused, evaluating. This suggests they are not intimidated. They are observing, calculating. Most people break eye contact quickly because discomfort makes them anxious. Dangerous people are comfortable with the discomfort. They maintain focus, stillness, while others fidget, gesture excessively, display nervous energy. Dangerous people are still. Their movements are economical, deliberate, purposeful. This stillness suggests control, both self-control and control of the situation. It also makes their movements more noticeable and therefore more impactful when they do move. Lowered voice. Dangerous people do not raise their voices to be heard. They speak quietly, forcing others to pay attention or miss what they say. This inverts the normal power dynamic, where loudness seeks attention. Speaking quietly while maintaining authority suggests you do not need volume. Your words carry weight regardless. This is power, relaxed readiness. Their body language suggests both relaxation and readiness, not tense, which signals anxiety, not slouched, which signals weakness, but balanced, centered, ready to move decisively if needed. This is the posture of martial artists, predators, soldiers, at ease but instantly capable. The psychological effect. When people encounter controlled intensity, their limbic system, their primitive brain, processes several signals. This person is calm despite potential threat. This suggests confidence. This person is focused. They are paying attention. They see me. This person seems capable. There is energy here, controlled but present. This person is not anxious or desperate. They are comfortable with tension. All of this registers as potential danger, not immediate threat, but someone to be cautious around, someone who could become dangerous if provoked. Historical examples. The most feared rulers in history often possessed this quality. They did not rant and rave. They spoke quietly. They remained composed. But their composure masked intense will and capability. When they did act, it was decisive and effective. Their calm was not weakness. It was control of immense power. I watched Cesare Borgia, one of the most dangerous men of the Renaissance. He rarely raised his voice. He remained eerily calm even when ordering executions. This calm, combined with his known capability for ruthless action, terrified people far more than any amount of shouting could. Developing controlled intensity. 1. Practice stillness. Reduce unnecessary movement. Make your gestures deliberate. Train yourself to be comfortable sitting or standing completely still. 2. Lower your voice. Speak at the minimum volume that can be heard. Force people to pay attention rather than overwhelming them with volume. 3. Extend your eye contact. Practice holding gaze until the other person looks away. Not aggressively, just steadily. This builds confidence and projects focus. 4. Develop real capabilities. The intensity must be backed by actual competence. Train in something that builds genuine confidence. Martial arts, skilled trades, intellectual pursuits. Become actually capable, and the intensity will be authentic. 5. Practice emotional regulation. When you feel anger or fear, practice maintaining calm exterior while experiencing the emotion internally. This trains controlled intensity. You feel it, but you control how it manifests. The result? People sense something about you. You are not aggressive or loud, but you are not soft either. There is something coiled about you, potential energy, readiness. This makes people instinctively cautious, not afraid necessarily, but respectful, careful. They sense you are not someone to provoke casually. This is the dangerous aura. Calm on the surface, intensity beneath, controlled but capable, ready but not aggressive, and it commands respect without demanding it. The fourth element is consequence orientation. Dangerous people do not make empty threats. They do not bluff. When they say something will happen, it happens. This creates genuine fear because people learn crossing this person has real consequences. They are not just posturing, they follow through. The pattern. Non-dangerous people make threats they do not execute. They draw lines they do not enforce. They make promises they do not keep. Over time, people learn their words mean nothing. They become background noise. Dangerous people are different. They rarely threaten, but when they state a consequence, they deliver it, every time, without exception, without emotion. Simply a stated fact, the mechanism. When you establish a pattern of following through, people begin to take your words seriously. Your warnings are not bluffs. Your promises are not empty. Your boundaries have real enforcement mechanisms. This changes how people interact with you. They become more careful, more respectful, more hesitant to test your limits. Implementation. 1. Never make threats you are unwilling to execute. If you are not prepared to follow through, do not speak the consequence. This discipline ensures your words carry weight. 2. When you establish a boundary, enforce it the first time it is violated, not the second or third time, the first time. This teaches people you mean what you say. 3. Follow through even when it is uncomfortable or costly. People test your resolve by making it difficult to enforce consequences. If you back down when it is hard, you teach them you do not mean it. 4. Deliver consequences calmly and matter-of-factly, not with anger or drama. Simply, I said this would happen if you did that. You did that, so this is happening. Then execute without emotion. 5. Apply consequences to yourself as well. If you commit to something, follow through. This internal consistency makes your external consistency more credible. Examples. Professional. If this deadline is not met, I will be hiring someone else for future projects. Deadline is missed. You immediately hire someone else. No second chances, no negotiations, as stated, personal. If you disrespect me in that way again, I will end this conversation and leave. They disrespect you again. You immediately end the conversation and leave. No arguing, no explaining. As stated, social, I will not attend events where I am not valued. You are treated poorly at an event, you leave immediately and decline all future invitations from that group. As stated, the reputation. Over time, you develop a reputation. This person means what they say. Do not test them because they will follow through. This reputation does most of the work for you. People stop testing your boundaries because they know the consequences are real. This is power, not because you are constantly delivering consequences, but because you have established credibility. Your words alone become effective because they are backed by demonstrated follow-through. The dangerous signal. When people know you follow through, they sense danger in crossing you. Not because you are cruel, but because consequences are certain. Predators and exploiters seek victims who do not enforce boundaries, who threaten but do not execute, who can be pushed with impunity. When they encounter someone who consistently follows through, they move on to easier targets. Your consequence orientation protects you preventatively. The discipline required. This element requires the most discipline, because following through is often uncomfortable, costly, difficult. You must enforce consequences when it hurts your interests short term, when it damages relationships, when it requires effort. But this discipline is what creates genuine danger in your persona. People sense you are not bluffing, that you value your word more than convenience, that you will pay the price to follow through. This makes you genuinely dangerous, not because you want conflict, but because you will absolutely engage in it if your stated boundaries are crossed. The fifth and final element is self-sufficiency. Dangerous people need little from others. They have developed independence financially, emotionally, socially, and psychologically. This self-sufficiency removes leverage. You cannot control someone who needs nothing from you. You cannot manipulate someone who can walk away from anything and be fine. The layers of self-sufficiency. Financial. You have enough resources to survive without dependence on any single person or entity. Not wealth necessarily, but enough independence that no one can control you through money. This means you can walk away from exploitative jobs, from relationships where money is used as control, from situations where financial pressure would force compliance. Emotional. You do not require external validation to feel worthy. You do not need constant reassurance. You do not collapse when someone withdraws approval or affection. This means people cannot manipulate you through threatening to withdraw their emotional support. You value relationships, but you do not need any specific relationship to feel complete. Social. You do not require belonging to any specific group. You are comfortable alone. You can leave any social situation without feeling loss of identity. This means you cannot be controlled through social pressure, through fear of exclusion, through need for acceptance. Psychological. Your sense of self is internal, not external. You know who you are independent of others' opinions. You have developed internal standards and live by them. This means you are not constantly seeking approval, fearing judgment, or adjusting yourself to be accepted. The dangerous implication. When you need nothing from anyone, you become extremely dangerous to those who rely on leverage to control people. They cannot threaten you with job loss if you have financial sufficiency. They cannot threaten you with abandonment if you have emotional sufficiency. They cannot threaten you with exclusion if you have social sufficiency. Their normal tools of control do not work on you. This makes you unpredictable, uncontrollable, dangerous. Historical examples. Throughout history, the most dangerous individuals were often those with nothing to lose or nothing they needed from others. Cynical philosophers who rejected all social convention. Exiled princes who had already lost everything. Monks who had renounced worldly attachment. Ronin who served no master. These people were dangerous precisely because normal leverage did not work on them. You could not threaten them with loss because they had released attachment. You could not promise them gain because they wanted nothing. Developing self-sufficiency. This is the longest-term element. It requires years of development, but it is also the most powerful. 1. Build financial reserves. Live below your means. Create savings, develop multiple income streams, reduce financial dependence on any single source. 2. Develop emotional independence, therapy, self-reflection, building internal validation, creating identity independent of relationships. 3. Cultivate social independence, build broad networks so no single group matters too much. Develop comfort with solitude, practice being yourself regardless of social context. 4. Strengthen psychological self-sufficiency, know your values, live by your principles, develop internal standards of success. Stop seeking external validation, the visible effect. As you develop self-sufficiency, it shows in your posture, in your decisions, in how you engage with others. You are not desperate, not needy, not clingy, not anxious about others' opinions, not afraid of loss. This radiates outward as confidence, as groundedness, as power. And people sense it. They sense you do not need them, that you choose to engage but are not compelled to, that you could walk away at any moment and be fine. This makes you dangerous because it removes their power over you. They cannot use your needs against you because you have minimized needs. The integration, self-sufficiency integrates with all other elements. It enables outcome independence because you genuinely can accept any outcome. It enables strategic silence because you are not desperate to be heard or validated. It enables controlled intensity because you are not anxious or needy. It enables consequence orientation because you can afford to follow through even when costly. Self-sufficiency is the foundation that makes everything else authentic. Without it, the other elements are performance. With it, they are genuine emanations of your internal state. So now you understand. The dangerous mindset is not about aggression. It is not about violence. It is not about intimidation through force. It is about 5 integrated elements. Outcome independence. You do not need any specific outcome. You cannot be controlled through threats or promises. You are willing to accept consequences because no outcome determines your worth. Strategic silence. You speak rarely and briefly. You let others reveal themselves through your silence. Your words carry weight because they are rare. Your presence is heavier because you do not fill space with nervous chatter. Controlled intensity. You are calm on the surface but focused beneath. You make deliberate eye contact. You move with purpose. You maintain stillness. People sense capability controlled by will. Consequence orientation. When you state consequences, they happen. You follow through every time. Your boundaries are real. Your words mean something because they are backed by consistent action. Self-sufficiency. You need little from others. You have developed independence financially, emotionally, socially, psychologically. You cannot be leveraged because you have minimized needs. These 5 elements, when integrated, create an aura, a presence, a subtle signal that makes people instinctively cautious around you, not because you are aggressive, but because you are formidable, because you possess the capacity for consequence, because crossing you would be unwise. This is what makes someone appear dangerous without trying. It is not a performance. It is not an act. It is a genuine internal state that manifests naturally in how you move through the world. The transformation, when you develop this mindset, people treat you differently, without you having to demand anything. They interrupt you less. They listen more carefully when you speak. They hesitate before disrespecting you. They think twice before attempting to manipulate you. They sense that you are not someone to be trifled with. This is not because you have become cruel or aggressive. It is because you have become sovereign, self-possessed, internally grounded, capable of consequence, and human beings at a primitive level recognize this. They respond to it instinctively with caution and respect. The purpose. Why develop this mindset? Not to intimidate innocent people, not to become a bully, not to harm others, but to protect yourself, to create space around you, to prevent exploitation, to command the respect that allows you to move through the world safely and effectively. Predators exist, manipulators exist, exploiters exist. They target people who seem weak, controllable, desperate. They avoid people who seem dangerous. By developing this mindset, you remove yourself from the victim category. You become someone predators avoid, someone manipulators cannot control, someone exploiters recognize as too costly to target. This is self-protection through projected capability. This is defense through demonstrated sovereignty. The warning: with this power comes responsibility. The dangerous mindset gives you significant social leverage. People will defer to you, avoid crossing you, seek to please you. Do not abuse this. Do not use this power to harm those weaker than you. Do not become the predator you are defending against. The dangerous mindset should make you more measured, not more aggressive. More careful with your power, not more reckless. More protective of others, not more exploitative. True danger is controlled. It is used judiciously. It is employed only when necessary. It is a defensive capability, not an offensive weapon. The practice. This mindset is not adopted overnight. It is developed through consistent practice. Start with outcome independence. Practice accepting rejection. Build options. Detach from desperate need for specific results. Add strategic silence. Speak less, listen more. Get comfortable with silence. Make your words more valuable through scarcity. Develop controlled intensity. Practice stillness. Extend eye contact. Lower your voice. Move deliberately. Channel focused energy through calm exterior. Implement consequence orientation. Set boundaries and enforce them consistently. Follow through every time. Build reputation for meaning what you say. Build self-sufficiency. Develop financial independence. Strengthen emotional resilience. Expand social options. Create internal validation. Each element reinforces the others. As you develop one, it makes the others easier. They integrate into a complete mindset over time. The promise: if you commit to developing this mindset, you will notice changes within months. People will treat you with more respect. They will interrupt you less. They will be more careful with you. They will sense something different. Within a year, the transformation will be obvious. You will move through the world with natural authority. The dangerous aura will be authentic because it emanates from genuine internal development. And you will wonder why you ever accepted being dismissed, disrespected, or exploited, because you will understand. It was not because you were weak. It was because you did not project the signals that make people instinctively cautious. Now you know those signals. Now you can develop them. Now you can become someone who appears dangerous without trying, not through aggression, not through performance, but through genuine sovereignty over yourself. 500 years ago, I wrote that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Today I add, the best fear is the kind you do not have to create, the kind that emerges naturally from who you are. Develop the dangerous mindset, not to harm others, but to protect yourself, to command respect, to walk through the world with the authority that comes from genuine capability and internal sovereignty. Welcome to the dangerous mindset. Welcome to sovereignty. Welcome to the respect that comes from projected capability. Welcome to the Machiavelli matrix. Go, develop these elements, integrate this mindset, and become someone who looks dangerous without trying. Because you are